All right, so I welcome you to yet another very, very interesting class. This is the School of MLM, and my name is, as always, Salvanos. You can call me the Vice Chancellor. So, straight away, without taking much of the time, what are we going to be taking a look at today? Now, when you come into network marketing or multi-level marketing for that matter, a lot of people come into the industry and they practice it as, residual income, part-time, as and when. But there are a lot of people too who have now taken on multi-level marketing as full-time career, career opportunity that they pursue all their life. All right. A lot of people have taken this as a full-time profession. And so it is important to get to know just what lies ahead, if that is what you are looking at. And so these are the objectives of this particular presentation. At the end of this presentation, as you are participating, you will get to know why you should do TN's MLM as a pro or as a professional. Now, when we say somebody is a professional, it means that is what they do for a living. Professional footballers play football for a living. They wake up in the morning, afternoon, evening. It's all about football. So we are going to take a look at the benefits of doing TNs in particular as a profession. And to start with, I want to ask you what your dream lifestyle is. What is your career goal? What do you hope to achieve in the next 5 years? Where will you be in the next 5 years from now? All right. So if you are dreaming of a happy family with all these smiles, maybe a nice car for the family, a good accommodation, and all that. Well, the question now is, looking at what you're doing now, if you are to continue, will you be able to get there? If you can't, then it's time to change. But if you are with me in TNs, then let's keep going. Okay. So we are going to look at why we should do TNs business as a pro or as a professional. Now, before we start, let me introduce you to the multi-level marketing industry. Even though it is the industry that has produced the most millionaires on this earth currently, if not the most, but more, it is the most misunderstood business concept on earth. Okay. And that is because people don't just understand it. Some people have spoiled the industry, and so everybody hears multi-level marketing and they are simply confused. They think it's something bad. They think about Ponzi schemes and all that. Now, since the rate of unemployment also keeps on rising, then there is the need to present the new phase of multi-level marketing as a career. Okay. And a career that many people can take up and grow it. And that is why I want to introduce you to this multi-level marketing industry. So before we get in, let's look at some facts. It's currently over 80 years old. It's a system that has been proven. There are over 5,000 companies in the world currently who have adopted the multi-level marketing scheme. And this system has created more millionaires than any other industry. And that is a fact. Okay, so what is multi-level marketing? Um, it is simply moving a product or a service from the manufacturer or the provider to the consumer straight away. And moving a product from a manufacturer to a consumer is what is known as marketing. So marketers simply make sure that a product is known. And the system of compensation provided to those persons who are causing the product to move or the service to move to be provided are what we are terming as multi-level marketing. So the way we compensate the people who are causing the product to move from the manufacturer to the user is what we are calling multi-level marketing. So level simply is generation and multi simply means more than one. So it simply means a group of people who are in generations causing a product or service to be moved from the manufacturer to the consumer is multi-level marketing. Now, we have the normal marketing flow of goods and services where the product is manufactured in a factory, it goes to a main distributor somewhere, then he will also supply to an area distributor, then to a wholesaler in, let's say, a region, then people will come and take it to their shops before the consumer will buy. So this is the normal flow of a marketing system. Now, the fact about this marketing system is that there is high distribution cost because as it is moving from one place to the other, it is going to cost money, transportation, and there are quality problems. If it is something that will be affected by movement or by the weather or things like that, the quality is going to reduce. And when products are moved like this, nobody gets to know. And so you will have to advertise, and it creates high advertisement costs for a lot of companies. So let me just jump there quickly and now come to direct selling. So multi-level marketing is also known as direct selling. But for multi-level marketing, the produce or the product or the service moves from the factory, all right, you can see the cursor, straight to the consumer without going through anybody. And the people who are working to make sure this happens, we are the distributors. Okay, so we use the word of mouth advertisement. We speak to people one-on-one, and we penetrate the thickest psychological defenses because mostly before we are talking about the product, we are using the product. And so we are sharing from the bottom of our hearts. And then it is also based on the circle of influence. So if you are a multi-level marketer, you are talking to the people around you, family members, friends, classmates, and things like that. And so it is trustful. You can trust our word. And then commission after sales, hence no loss on adverts. So we get our commissions or our compensations or our bonuses right after the sales are made. And so we don't do adverts. All right. Okay. Now, we can now define multi-level marketing better. So it is a way of doing business such that a company distributes its products directly to consumers through a network of regular persons who are permitted to sponsor other persons and draw commissions from the sale of their sponsors. So you come in, build a team, push the product, you are all paid. Now, still with the introduction, this business, like I've told you, is misunderstood. But there are reasons, or there are several reasons why you should consider this industry. And that is what I want to share with you now. So number one, small amount of risk. So you don't come with huge investments. You are not required to come in with so much money, okay? Number two, residual income. As you sleep, your money works and your team grows. And as your team grows, you make money. There is huge and unlimited potential income. So when you come into multi-level marketing, there is no cap to how much money you can make. You can make as much as your team continues to grow. And then there is low operating cost because people are not employed. So many people are not employed. All right. You are not the one to pay for a lot of the things that are done to get the product to the consumers. And then there's no special educational requirements. So you do not require any special certificate. If you have some, it becomes an added advantage. And so the entry points have no barriers. If you are an SHS graduate, senior high school, university graduate, whatever skill you have simply comes into add. And it's portable. So you can work from anywhere. And it is the best ethical way of doing business. In other words, you make others better in life and you also become better. And we have fast leverage. That is multiplication. We're able to multiply ourselves really, really fast. So I've talked about a small amount of risk. So to start this business, you don't need to rent a shop. You don't need to pay recurrent light bills, and you don't need to acquire a license to operate. You don't need a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. login and all that. Just come and let's get working. Of course, I've talked about residual income. You can make this business your full-time work. You can make it a part-time business. You can enroll your dependents, people who depend on you. So let's say you are an engineer in some big factory or a gold mine somewhere. It's going to be difficult to bring your brothers on board to that job, except they have a certain set of skills that is required. All right. But with multi-level marketing, you can bring every and anyone on board and teach them, and you grow together. Of course, huge and unlimited potential income. So as you climb up the ranks and keep following the system, your income does not decrease. People only stop earning when they stop the business. And so all you have to do is to keep going. I've talked about low operating costs. So when you're doing this business, you don't incur recurrent expenditure such as salary because you're not paying people, light bills, and other utilities. And because of this, everyone can do it. It can be done from home and it can be done anytime. All right. And with the internet today, wherever you are, you can do business anywhere. Okay. Now, to do this work as a pro, a lot is changing. And what you are seeing on the screen right now is what we call the B share, which belongs to the TNS group, where your business is monitored day and night, every single sales, every your performance and your team, everything is here and you don't lose. So we have state-of-the-art monitoring of your business. So the moment you begin, you can monitor your business from anywhere. So nothing gets lost. All right. Now, in this year 2025, TNS is creating unprecedented careers for people. So through this business, people have worked and they've grown in the area of medicine. People have worked, they have enrolled themselves in law degrees. People have worked, they've taken up music careers, nursing, engineer. Some have entered into various forms of apprenticeship, all through the TNS business. And so coming into TNS does not mean that your life comes to a standstill in other areas. All right. So TNS offers a worry-free retirement as well. So, you can retire early and enjoy life with your family. And this is the beauty of TNS. With TNS, you retire early. You can work vigorously for the next 15 years of your life and you can retire. Okay. I don't know how old you are, but TNS definitely offers a worry-free retirement. Most jobs offer a stipend only at the end of the month when you retire, and it is not easy. During pension, people go to queue in the banks, and right after they get their monies, hey, they're either heading to the hospital to pick up more drugs or something. TNS isn't like that, okay? Yeah, it offers you freedom as well while you work. So when you define the real meaning of freedom, you will work hard to find it in TNS. Liberty, it is said, is when when it begins to take root, it's a plant of rapid growth. When liberty begins to take root, it is a plant of rapid growth. Think about that. A small tree with strong roots will outlive a big tree with weak ones. So when you come into TNS, it is like building a tree that is very small today or planting a tree which is very small today, but as the tree is growing, the roots are really growing faster and it is getting some good grounding. Such trees will stand. All right. And that is what you do because when you come in, you take your time to build your team. Now, the amazing story of the Chinese bamboo is that when it is planted, it spends time growing deep into the earth before it begins to shoot high into the sky. And so by the time the Chinese bamboo begins to shoot high into the sky, it has already taken very, very deep roots. And at that point, it's so difficult to kill it because you uproot it, it will come back. Why? Because the roots have really gone so deep that it will easily sprout again. Okay? And you may not be able to uproot it all. This is the concept of the TNS multi-level marketing company. When you come in, you are helped to build a strong team. When the team takes its full shape and begins to grow, you will certainly enjoy the financial and time freedom you are looking for in your life. So TNS also offers you the chance to touch lives, and there is no excuse better for the heart than reaching, or there's no exercise better for the heart than reaching down and lifting other people up. John Holmes said this, and it is very true. When you come to TNS, you have the opportunity to help other people, all right? And there is no exercise that is better for the heart than this. And through TNS, the hopeless attain hope. There are people who would never have had the opportunity to become what they are today if not for TNS. Why? Because they held no certificate. And those without dreams now begin to dream. And those who have buried their dreams begin to dig them up again and start smiling at their dreams when you come into TNS. This is how the company is, because there's always a helping hand ready to help you climb up. All right. So TNS will give you all the assistance you need. So make sure you embrace this opportunity. Love the system when you come in, because you did not invent the system. Work it out. Follow your leaders, listen, and work out the opportunity and protect the system as you have come to meet it. And this system will definitely work for you. So these phrases were made by Everard, and I would want you to keep it at the back of your mind. Embrace this opportunity, love the system, work the system, protect the system, and the system will work for you. So you have no excuse not to go professional with TNS. What comes into your mind when you see this picture? Definitely professionals who are on a mission, and we invite you to come on board with us. So I'll bring it to an end here, and God willing, I'll see you in the next video. Once again, my name is Silvanus. You can call me the Vice Chancellor. Of course, these are some references where I picked some of the ideas I just shared with you. Thank you very much. See you at the talk.